And we back. What's going on, guys? We're back with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about all the NBA news that are going around. It's getting crazy out here. The rumors and everything getting created, and we have our first trade of the season. Let's get right. The Los Angeles Lakers, they're in advanced talks with the Oklahoma City Thunder on a trade for guard Dennis Schroder, as sources tell Woj. Um, Technically, this deal is already agreed upon in principle, so the Lakers will be receiving Dennis Schroder, and they will also be out Danny Green and a 28th overall pick. Danny Green, he is rumored to be in the, but is pretty sure it's gonna happen. They're just looking for another team because the rumor is that he won't start the season with OKC. So the Lakers are rumored sending him to another team. So look out for a third team to possibly be involved. But my thoughts on this is that Dennis Schroder, he's a great player, had the best season of his career last season, coming off the bench in OKC behind Chris Paul, who's obviously another great player, future Hall of Famer. Averaged 20 points per game, played really good in his role. I honestly think he should have been sixth man of the year. It's cool that Montrez got it, but I thought he was my sixth man. He's a guy that could shoot the three, drive and penetrate the lane. He could pass if he needs to. He's a decent passer. But he's one of those guys that the Lakers, I honestly think he need. I think he could be the Lakers' third guy. I honestly do, because over this past season, the Lakers didn't really have a third guy behind LeBron and AD. It was more like a collective effort. So I know people were saying Kuzma. I know some players were saying Rondo, but honestly, those guys weren't consistent throughout the regular season, and Kuzma wasn't consistent throughout the playoffs. I feel like Rondo was the Lakers' third best player throughout the playoffs, and Kuzma again. But I think the Lakers with Schroeder, they had their bona fide, quote unquote, third star, third guy. Um, Now the thing is, Dennis Schroder playing with LeBron, he will have to probably most likely switch up his game. You have to mold your game around LeBron, just like Richard Jefferson and Channing Frye said. When you play with LeBron, you have to change your game. You have to mold it in a way where you're able to be successful around him. So Dennis Schroder, he's probably gonna have to tweak something in his game, but I'm pretty sure it will all work out. This is a W. This is a big W for the Lakers. You're saying you're giving away Danny Green, who didn't even really have a role on this team, and you're giving a pick that's probably not gonna be good. Maybe OKC sees it as good, and they know what they're gonna do with the pick. They're gonna draft someone there, or they could package that pick with another pick in this year's draft that they have and try to trade up. Who knows? But from the Lakers team, this is a W. Now, hopefully Dennis Schroder, I like him in the six-man role. I hope he comes off the bench for the Lakers. I mean, he was a starter in Atlanta, but he was all right. He wasn't the best. He was just all right in Atlanta. So I hope the Lakers bring him off the bench. I think he was really great off the bench, and the Lakers really got away with this trade. They really won on paper, at least on paper they won. For the Oklahoma City Thunder, I mean, hey, you're most likely when you trade a player that's had a good season like he has, you're most likely not gonna get what you really want back. You're gonna get something for lesser. And that's probably what we're gonna see a lot throughout this off season when this trade season starts tomorrow at 10 p.m. Eastern when trades can become official. So expect this trade, like Will said, to be completed at noon tomorrow. Um, and yeah, next up though, James Harden. James Harden is rumored to consider Brooklyn Nets as one of the possible trade destinations this season. Now, Houston, we have a problem. We have Russell Westbrook and we have James Harden. Russell Westbrook has already expressed that he wants out. He wants to get out of there. Possible trade destinations for Westbrook include the Pistons, the Magic, you got the Chicago Bulls, the Los Angeles Clippers, and the New York Knicks are a big one that's being rumored right now. The Knicks, sure, you should go for it, but me personally, I wouldn't do it. I think they should stick with their young core. Yeah, keep developing RJ, Kevin Knox. Ntilikina, and Mitchell Robinson. He's a pretty good player overall. But if they do it, that's fine too. I mean, Westbrook has 2 years left on his contract. He's getting older, not getting any younger. He's aging. He might decide to leave, and if he leaves, traded your young assets for him to leave, you guys are going right back to being relevant again and back into a lottery team. Sure, those 2 years, Westbrook he's good enough. He's a good enough player to get your team to the playoffs as a seventh, eighth seed at best, maybe sixth. For 2 years, I don't see why if you're the Knicks you sacrifice that instead 2 years of being relevant in the NBA in the playoffs instead of just developing your young talent that could be in the playoffs in the next 3 years and not be irrelevant but be relevant for the next decade. I'm just saying. And I'm already hearing reports about RJ Barrett. Knicks looking to shop RJ Barrett and Mitchell Robinson, which makes no sense at all. RJ Barrett, I know he didn't have that great of a rookie season, but again, it's a rookie season. These rookies need time to develop. So that's where I'm out on that. I think the Knicks should stand pat, but also if they do it, it won't be the end of the world. Who knows? I might be wrong. Maybe they see something in Westbrook that I don't see. But yeah, back to it. James Harden on the Nets. That'd be insane. And I'm gonna start that off. That'd be insane. It's rumored that you would have to give us Spencer Dinwiddie, Caris LeVert, Jarrett Allen, and then someone else. I'm pretty sure it might be Joe Harris or Taurean Prince. I'm not sure for James Harden. Now that would get rid of all the Nets' depth, but their starting lineup would look insane. Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, DeAndre Jordan, and someone at the 4 spot. That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. The Nets on paper would look like the best team in the NBA, and they possibly will win it all next season if this were to happen. um, James Harden, he's already came out. He said, "I don't want to get traded. I want to stay here." There's been reports of that, but honestly, James, it's time to go, man. If I'm gonna be honest, I think this is a good place for you to go, Brooklyn. Now, would I like it? No, because I'm a Clippers fan. But not being biased, this is a great trade. Didn't the Nets should 100% do this? I would do it if I'm the Nets. Get another All NBA MVP player that could come in there and help you guys down. The Nets offense is gonna be crazy. The coaching staff, you have Mike D'Antoni as a top assistant, and then Steve Nash. You also have Amari Stoudemire on the coaching staff. Then you have great offensive players, all time offensive players, and Kyrie, most skillful player I've ever seen play the game. He's the most skillful player I've ever seen play the game. You have James Harden, one of the best offensive players that the league has ever seen in the history of the NBA. And Kevin Durant, we already know what he has to show for it. 2 time Finals MVP, regular season MVP, 2 time NBA champion. James Harden, 2 time MVP. Is he a 2 time MVP? He might be. I know he has one MVP. Sorry if I mistake that. But yeah, that'd be great. The only concern I would have, all three of them, they really need the ball in their hands to be effective. So that'd be interesting to watch how they share the ball. Probably the best player that could play off ball in that lineup is Kevin Durant. We've seen him play off the ball, and he's played really well off the ball. He's a player that could play off the ball. We saw him play with Steph Curry. So yeah, but overall, it's getting spicy. It's getting spicy out there. I can't wait for the trade season to start tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. It's gonna be great. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be recording videos, dropping them out like crazy. All the rumors of trades pop up. This offseason is gonna get wild. It's gonna go wild, and I can't wait. But anyways, thank you all for watching. Hope you guys have an awesome day. Make sure to subscribe if you like. If you like to see more basketball content, please tune in. I will be doing these daily. I will be doing my best to put videos out daily, just updating you guys what's going on around the league, anything new. I also am going to be starting a podcast called Brick and Swish. If you guys would like to listen, I will be leaving a link in the description below. Please go check that out. That would really mean a lot to me. And this channel, we're just here to talk about hoops, because that's my thing. But anyways, hope you guys have an awesome day. I'll catch you guys in the next one.